I was there, kind of, partly, in family photos, pictures, holidays. But between my age and the hidden secrets behind family trauma, I was never really present. Never really saw the wounds of our family until it was too late. Not like everyone else. Now is the time to uncover what really happened and why it really happened. Finally, the truth. Finally.
How was life growing up in Baltimore?
Okay, so I am Antoine Davis. I am Ashley's dad. And life growing up in Baltimore was interesting. It was fun. Probably don't realize the trauma until years later, until you have a little bit more understanding. Probably don't realize the things you experience shape who you become or who you are.
Anthony and Aja, and that's your dad, which I didn't realize how much Aja looked like your dad in this picture. My dad was, they would fight a lot. So it was an abusive household as far as domestic violence, not with me, but with my mom. But they loved me, and, you know, my dad would do things with me, my mom would do things with me, and I had a lot of family around me. We met through a mutual friend. Well, my best friend at the time, Janine, was dating his best friend, Dante.
Dante is on the phone with Janine, and Janine says, Antoine, it's this girl over here that want to talk to you. I get on the phone. I say, what's up? Who this? She say her name. I say, you got boyfriend? She say, yeah. She say, you got girlfriend? I say, yeah. I say, you trying to come over? And she come over.
We met and we were playing cards and just talking. You know, I guess for me at the time, he wasn't really my type, so I wasn't really trying to date him.
It wasn't the type of atmosphere she was used to. And then something happened. I don't know what that was, but then something happened. It changed, and then from that point on, we was together for 20 years.
I guess something just clicked, so.
She came by and told me she was pregnant. And asked me, what was we gonna do? There's only one option, for me anyway.
When I think of them, in my early childhood, I think of unity. That's what I think of. They were very collectively a team. Like, if my dad was blinking, my mom was blinking too. That's just how it was. Like, they moved in sync. They knew each other. My mom knew my dad knew my mom, and there was no breaking that for us. If they were in an argument, we had no idea about it.
Like, my earliest memory is like a apartment we had in, I want to say Southern Maryland. I want to say it's Southern Maryland. It might have been Baltimore. But just that small apartment and us kind of being in there. Yeah, Aja had like bunk beds on the side room. And then, you know, mom and dad rooms like right on the side of us.
It wasn't until I found out that mom was pregnant with you, which really seems like all a blur. Like, she told us she was pregnant, and then in my head, right after that, she had you. After that, because I blocked all of that stuff out, it was like right after that, mom and dad got separated for the first time.
So we had gone through a separation, so we felt like
A change and a start over would be healthy.
The move was difficult. Number one, because we went from your parents are going to be separated to we don't necessarily know what the resolution is, but then we're just going to pick up and move somewhere else. So I felt like it was difficult because of that.
Even through all of the moving, I was happy. I never knew all of the changes my parents were going through behind the scenes.
I had been unhappy for a little bit, and your dad got a job where he traveled. The first time he traveled, I was just like, oh my God, I can't do this. I have 3 kids. I don't know how I'm gonna cope, because he'd always really been there to help. And as he began to travel and travel and travel, I realized that I could do this. I could
do it by herself.
I think I was in strong denial. I don't think I actually realized that until the day that I saw Dad sleeping in the bonus room. I think that's when I realized that divorce was happening. Not that it was an option, that it was happening.
I got in the car, we kind of just in the car, mom kind of had her work stuff all over the place. So I'm just assuming, it's work stuff. And then I look at the floor and it's a file that says divorce on it. And then just started kind of bawling, crying.
Just being alone in the bed, I think I remember I had maybe somewhere around 7 or 8 pillows that I had to have next to me in order to feel like I could go to sleep. Mm-hmm.
That was a rough time. I mean, my mom, I was still grieving and didn't really know how to grieve. Outside of y'all, everything else was just about being away. Every out of town trip I went on, I didn't even realize I was grieving. But that was a tough time for me.
Aja was very angry.
I was in a very deep depression because of it. It caused me to be angry, very angry with my mom.
Anthony I think he was scared, uncertain, not having his dad there, who's gonna be there to protect us.
I think that was tough for me mentally to kind of deal with, because now I know, if something happens, I'm the person that has to kind of do something, and you're not prepared for that.
And I think for you just went blank.
I did go blank. I was once a fragile child, voiceless, with no grip on reality, hiding myself from the pain. But now, I speak for my 10-year-old self. I might not know everything that happened, but I know just enough to put the pieces together. And for right now, that's enough.